Good evening, everybody. It's the Go Live Granny here, and I'm live streaming here from the Isle of Wight on Saturday, the 9th of December 2023. And, I'm sort of doing live stream day after day. I feel like I'm back to the old me, which is brilliant. So, anyway, I'm here today. We will be opening Advent Door Calendars number 9. But first, I might tell you a little bit about what I've been up to. So, of course, it's been a very busy week for me, as many of you will know. And today I decided, well, last night I decided to give myself a reasonably early night, which I did. Hi, Debs. Nice to see you coming in there from YouTube. First one in. Excellent. Or first one in to comment, anyway. And so, hello, Facebook user. Please identify yourself. I am fine. I've had a bit of a lazy day because I had such a hectic week this week. And so last night I think I had a reasonably early night. And then this morning when I woke up, I actually didn't really want to get up, but there was a knock on the door and I had a parcel. And so I got out of bed and, oh, hi, Karen. How wonderful. Now, if you want Facebook to tell us your name, because you're obviously coming in from the community group, it doesn't tell me your name on there. If you want it to come in, if you want it to show us your name, then you need to go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give it permission. From the group, it won't let me have your name. Anyway, I went and opened the door this morning, and hello, Adrian. This was what was in my parcel. Hang on a minute, I'll show you. It's a nice lamp. Okay, I'm going to switch it off now because I don't want it on for a minute. But it's a floor standing LED lamp. Now, I had one already, and hope you're well, Adrian. And it was standing over in that corner. Okay. And I bought it over here to be here. But obviously, I don't want to keep moving my lamps around like that. So I also decided that I really want one in my craft room and one in my bedroom and one over there. So the one that I had stood here, and then I ordered a new one. I like this one very much, so I'm going to get others because then I don't have to keep carrying the lamp around. The lady with the lamp. But because I craft on my bed. Hi, Lynn. I mean, not Lynn. Hi, Facebook user with the purple heart. Let me know who the purple heart Facebook user is, and then I can say hello to you rather than just call you a Facebook user. So anyway, now I do crafting on my bed sometimes. I'm trying to make life very easy for myself, but the light's not brilliant in there. So I'm going to put one of these next to my bed, and then I can do crafting on the bed. You need good light when you're crafting. You can't you can't craft in the doom and gloom. Sometimes, like, hi Rachel. Sometimes I can't even see what color the card is if the light's not great. And in my craft room, the bulb has gone, and I can't get up there and change it. And I just decided, why don't I just get lamps around the room, the LED lamps. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. So that's what got me out of bed this morning, the people knocking on the door with my parcel for this lamp. And so it's one of those, it came in a flat package. It was packaged in here, and then so it was in here, and you just had to screw all the bits together. But I started screwing it together from the base upwards. It's a very useful lamp, Debs. I started screwing it from the base upwards, and when I got to the top, I got too much wire. And I thought, well, what do I do with this wire? I can't poke it back in down there. But, oh, hi, Kath and Lulu. So anyway, what I did, I went down and I investigated, and I could pull the wire back down to the bottom through the bottom, because you needed some to come out through the bottom to link up with the other bit of wire that you plug into the wall. So I solved it, and I sorted out, my lamp. So I have got an Amazon order on hold, and I will be placing an order for that and another one for my bed. So I've put one in the craft room and I've got one here. Hi, Caroline. So coming in from Facebook. That's it. Some in Facebook, some in YouTube. And so so I'm going to get one to go over my bed, and I'm going to get one to go in that corner over there when I sit on my sofa. So then I will be so well lit for all my craft areas. And I was excited too, because look at this. This is the packaging that the lamp came in. And of course, if you've been watching me for any length of time, some of you will know that I use all this sort of packaging and I cut it up and I use it in my card making. So I use it in the cards that I haven't got one to hand, actually, the pop-up cards that where bits pop up and wiggle about. So I put them on acetate so that the bit that holds them is not very visible. So that, I was excited to see that. That will not be going in the rubbish bin. That will be later on. I will sit and cut all that up, ready to use that in my pop-up box cards. Now, also, I had a Christmas card this morning. So I had a Christmas card from my sister, and it had nice content. It had contents that means I can buy myself something. So I don't think you need to guess what was in the card. Anyway, what I liked was the message that I liked the card, obviously. This is the card. There we are. It was a 12 Days of Christmas. She's not a paper crafter, so she didn't make it herself. But it is one that supports the Salvation Army, so that's good. And she put a message to me, and then she put, and this really warmed the cockles of my heart, "Your brilliant piano card's still being admired." So I don't know if some of you will have seen the piano card I made my sister. It was actually like a piano in the card. When you opened it up, there was like a pop-up piano in there. Not an original idea. None of these are original ideas. I take them from the masters, and the masters put the tutorials out there, and they don't mind you copying as long as you just say who it is. And this one, the piano card, was by Louise of Iced Images, and it was a very, very simple card to achieve, but it looked so good. So many of these cards, and don't forget, they're just a piece of card and some glitter and some glue and that sort of thing. But you can be very creative, and if you follow the masters, you can come up with some amazing things. And so I was really pleased that she's still talking about the card I sent her for her birthday in November, and that really, really pleased me. I tried to ring her up, but I got her answer phone. She was obviously out and about doing what she does. She's always out and about. She's 2 years older than me, and she goes off, and she's, I don't know whether she's. I thought I was well, I'm not so active now. I thought I was very active before. She's even more. She seems to be more active. She used to lobby. I don't know if she still does lobby MPs and things for change, and she's very much into climate change and trying to get the politicians to do something about it. I tried to get her to use social media for that, but she's not much of a social media user. She prefers to go to the meetings or write to them and all that. So anyway, that's her way. We all have our own ways. Now, lovely to see everybody in. Thank you for being here. So my day, having had such a hectic week. So what happened, as I say, I got out to go and answer the door for the parcel, came into the kitchen, and I don't know, I think I might have had a cup of coffee at that point, but it was a bit chilly because I hadn't. Hello, Angela. Nice to see you. And folks, please send nice vibes to Angela. I read earlier on social media that her husband was in hospital, and she's saying here that she's just got back from visiting him. So please send your good vibes for Angela and a speedy recovery for her husband. I'm sure she will appreciate that. No time of year is nice to be ill, but just around Christmas time, even more difficult. So Facebook user coming in from, that looks like the Canadian flag. Am I right? Can you identify yourself, whoever's put the flag up? Because I can't see who you are. You've come in from the Go Live Granny community group, and it doesn't give me your name. For some reason, Facebook won't allow me to know who it is unless you give StreamYard permission. So if you want to give StreamYard permission, go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and it will let you, or tell me who you are, and then each time you comment, put the flag, and I will remember. Oh, Joanne, I thought it was, but I wasn't sure whether I'd got more than one Canadian um, viewer, and I didn't want to get it wrong. So there you are. Hi, Joanne. Nice to see you. It's been a long time, hasn't it? And I've been a long time not live streaming. But of course, the last 9 days, I've live streamed every day. We're on day 9, ready to do day 9 of the Advent calendar. So Joanne, when you comment, if you haven't changed it, if you can't change it, just put the Canadian flag and I'll know it's you. All right. Excellent. So I came in and got a cup of coffee this morning, but my flat, I set my heater to time because I never know when I'm going to get up, and I don't want it to start heat the flat up and then me stay in bed for another 3 hours. So I tend to put it on, turn it up when I get up. So I decided that as it was a bit chilly, oh no, that's right. I put the lamp together and then I went and tried it by the bed. So I got into bed and got back into bed and stayed there for quite a while. I was watching Crafter's Companion this morning and chatting on my phone to a friend and just chilling out because I had such a hectic week. Probably not as hectic as I used to have, but bearing in mind, I was all year recovering from being ill. Quite hectic for how it's been. Karen's sending get well wishes to Angela's husband, and she's saying hello. Oh no, she's put her name there. Karen Reardon. Oh look, she's changed her name. Excellent. You've logged in and put your name in there. Thank you, Karen. So lovely to see you. Some of my people from way back are coming back into the broadcast. It's so nice. You haven't forgotten me. I know it's been a long time. I didn't feel like live streaming. You have to do these things when you feel like it. And obviously my main thing was to get my health back and to improve my health. And so I'm sure everybody understood that that's why I wasn't live streaming. And now I am live streaming, and that's good. So I shall continue to do this for as long as I'm well enough or feel up to it. So I got into bed and I got under my snug. I bought myself a 13.5 Tog duvet, and I changed my duvet. My friend Corrie, hello Facebook user who's coming in and saying hi, Lynn and everyone. Please identify yourself, and if you can't, go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give it permission to change your name. Put a symbol on there, and then every time, and tell me who you are, and then every time I will know who it is. And you're lovely, even though I'm in Christmas disguise. Disguise or that guys. And I'm able to have my boppers because those of you who were in the broad, oh, it's Tina. Hello, Tina. Those of you who were in the broadcast yesterday will know that Kath and John were round here, and I got John to go to get all the boxes off the top of my wardrobe because that's where all my Christmas stuff was. And although I'd had the glasses in a drawer over there, most of the Christmas stuff was up there. And I thought, well, I don't want Christmas to go by and not use all my boppers. I've got lots of them. There's more over here. So I thought, so John very kindly did that. And I think he's been having a great birthday today. I saw them yesterday, John and Kath. And of course, the last make I did was Christmas makes for him. And I was absolutely blown away by his reaction to his greetings card. I made it as a bit of fun. But oh, hello, Caroline. So Caroline's coming in from YouTube there. Tina's coming in from Facebook. Everybody coming in. It's lovely to see people coming in. We have so those of you who are older members I don't mean in age, but being members of the Go Live Granny community before COVID and all that, and through COVID, who are just coming back in. We've got new members coming in now from the Crafters Companion world because I've been following Crafters Companion TV channel is what I'm trying to say, and because that's where I'm getting a lot of my crafty inspiration from. Over there we chat like you're chatting here, and so I've got to know quite a few of the Crafters Companion lovely folk, and I've been on some of the craft alongs, so they've seen me on the program, and so we've struck up a friendship, some of us. So Caroline's coming in from there, Carol Ann's coming in from there. I don't know if any of more of the earlier on today Rhonda came in. Rhonda is in the States, so that's a very, very global audience. Lovely audience, and those people got me through my illness, plus any of you who sent me messages. It was having a community that cared, and it was amazing about how much outpouring of love I got. So now it's my turn to pour out love back again. Now I feel well enough to do it, and give you some of the shenanigans of what goes on in my life, because those of you who've known me for any length of time will know that shenanigans happen all the time. You've moved over to YouTube now, Kath. No, Kath, you're not. You're still on Facebook, but you're on my Facebook. Look, if you look at there's a little F that says Facebook, but you've moved out of the group and onto the. If you come in on my Facebook Go Live Granny page, it lets me see who you are. If you come in through a group, for some reason, there must be some sort of rules that say you can't nobody can know who you are unless you give it permission. So there you are. I don't understand it all, but never mind. Let's not worry at all about that. So what was I saying? Yes. So today been a very lazy day. Well, not entirely lazy. I did a boring job, but I'm very pleased I did it. So my shopping came the other day, and when my it was last Saturday actually, my shopping came. And when my shopping comes, I can never carry it all up the stairs when the shopping people have been. There are one or two drivers who actually say, would you like me to carry it up the stairs for you? And they bring it up. But most of them don't. So what I do is I get the fridge and freezer items, and I bring them in and put them away. And then I leave the rest on the stairs, up the stair, at the side of the stairs. And then when I come up, or when I get a visitor coming in, we all bring tins and things up. Well, my brother came in the other day, and he brought all the tins up. Oh, Caroline's had a day of catching up with her laundry. Not very exciting, but very essential, obviously. So that was a good job done, Caroline. Maybe you can do some crafting tomorrow. Coming in from the crafting world there. So my brother and my sister-in-law were here, and my brother brought all the tins up that were still on the stairs. And so, but I couldn't, I said, just dump them on the kitchen worktop. So that's where they were, and that's where they'd stayed. And there were a lot of tins, because I did a big shop. Sometimes I do a big shop all in one, and then there's everything there ready for when I need it. And I had done a big shop with a lot of tins last time. And so, they were all sitting on the worktop. And so I decided to reorganize the cupboards, sort out the cupboards so I could get all the tin stuff away. But in the cupboards were some tins that were much older. So I pulled it all out, and then I've taken out all the old stuff, put the new stuff at the back, and now got all the older tins at the front ready to use up. So it's a job I absolutely hate. But you know what? I sat there, I had Crafter's Companion. I've got a little TV over there in my kitchen bit. And I'm in my Amazon basket at the moment. I've put a turntable. So that little TV can go on a turntable, because I can watch it in the kitchen area, and I can watch. Kitchen's just here, and it's a room in one. It's a kitchen. It's a kitchen, diner, and lounge all in one. It's a lovely big room, and so. But my sofas are over there, and so I can't see I can only see the back of the TV over there. So I thought, I'm going to buy one of those little rotate. They call it Lazy Susan, or rotating, just a revolving turntable. And if I put the TV on that, I can turn it that way if I'm sitting on the sofa, and I can have it this way if I'm over here, or that way if I'm for the kitchen. So and if any of you want to know, I do have an Amazon affiliate link. So if any of you are Amazon shoppers and you don't already buy through somebody else, do let me know, and I'll give you the link. I haven't got it on my banners to scroll across the bottom, but I will put it there, because it does help to bring a few pennies in. And the thing is, that then helps me to do the broadcast, because I'm using StreamYard here. so that I can broadcast to Facebook and to YouTube at the same time. And that costs me. So obviously, if we get a few pennies in, it just offsets the cost. So if anybody wants to use my affiliate link, let me know and I'll put it out. I'll try and do a banner next time so it scrolls across the bottom. Debs Debs is just asking Caroline if she can do a week on the laundry for her as well. I know. I don't know where Caroline, you live down near me, don't you? Aren't you in Gosport, Caroline? I think she's far too far away, Debs, for you. And Kathleen there is sending goodwill wishes to Angela's hubby. Oh, look, Kathleen, we can see who everybody is now, I think, or most of you anyway. So that's good. So yes, so that was a bit of a boring time there. And then I decided that I was going to, so in my craft room, now all my craft stuff doesn't fit in my craft room. I don't think you'd be surprised to know that. But I'm trying to make every inch in that room count, and I'm working on making it more so we can get more stuff in there. And Kath and John are great help with me. And when they were here yesterday, I was asking John's advice because I've got a little table that my computer's on, and it's one of my mum's old tables, and it has a leaf that comes out so that I can put the keyboard and use the keyboard and that. But if I then want to put the leaf back in, which I have to do if I want to try and get out of the door, but I can get round it, but it'd be very difficult. So when I want to put the leaf back in, it's very heavy because it's one of those old-fashioned tables, and you have to lift the main part of the table to push the leaf in, and of course the computer and bits are on it, so that's a bit difficult. So I'm trying to resolve that, find a solution, and really want a table there that's like a modern table. I'm going to buy a monitor riser so I can put the monitor up a bit higher, and when I'm not using the keyboard, it can tuck underneath, giving me more space there. So anyway, John looked yesterday and we came up with a solution, and it might be a solution that doesn't cost me anything because he thinks he's got a tabletop in his garage that would do the answers. Isn't that lovely? Got some lovely friends. Caroline said that was very easy to answer, Debs. No, that's easy to answer. No, she hates laundry day. Well, I'm enjoying doing my laundry a bit more because I bought a new Aera, and it's an Aera on wheels, and I don't have to get my Aera out of the cupboard and lift it up and carry it round in front of the radiator, and then try and put it up, and then it would collapse. This one doesn't do that. It's on wheels. It's got a main bit like that. It's got 3 things that go out like that, and then it's got end bits where you can put hangers on and hang it. And I got a bargain. It was only £20. I saw the same thing for nearly £50. So I rummaged around, and I found it for 20, and I was well pleased with it. And it means I can load the stuff up in front of the washing machine, which is over here, and then push it across the room on wheels, providing nothing's in the way, and put it over there. So absolutely brilliant. Angela's saying thank you for Kathleen's good wishes. Caroline's had a rotten week and a bit tired. You catch up with housework on Saturday lunchtime. So as I had a bad week, I started earlier this week and finished at lunchtime. Been crafting this afternoon. Oh, good. Crafting as you're watching me. That's excellent. So I'm glad that you've been able to get to your crafting, Caroline. Wait a minute. Hang on. What am I trying to do? Right. I'm trying to take that. Oh no. Sorry, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm nearly wiping the broadcast out. Sorry about that. And of course, because Angela's husband's in hospital, she's barely had any time to do crafting. Now, I know Angela not through Crafters Companion. I knew Angela through living. She was living on the Isle of Wight, but she lives half the time on the Isle of Wight and half the time in sunnier climes, don't you, Angela? And but she also happens to be part of the Crafters Companion community as well, which I didn't know originally. And Debs is saying it was worth a try asking. Happy crafting, Caroline. So yes, what are you making, Caroline, today? So my card that I made for John yesterday, the one, and I've put pictures on my Facebook page now so you can see. I couldn't put them up before. Well, I couldn't put it up because I hadn't finished the card anyway, and then I didn't want to put any of it up before John and Kath had seen it. So, and it's that one. It pops out and it's got all these lovely what represents. It's supposed to be tires and wheels. And John guessed what they were. It was fine. And I say that because they would have looked like more like tires if the Amazon order had arrived with the little tire in it. But actually, I think it was more effective the way we did it anyway. So that card, it's a lovely pop-out one. It's given me lots of inspiration. And it was a card done by, excuse me, I've got hiccups. A card done by Sam Calcott. And so it was a beautiful card. But I think I'm going to make my sister a card like that. I'm just about to order from eBay or Etsy. I can't know eBay. I think it is. Some Snow White dies. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. My sister absolutely loves Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I'm going to make her one of those. She doesn't watch these broadcasts, so that's all right. I'm going to make her one of those pop-out cards like that with the dwarfs all popping out. And I'm going to, instead of giving them their usual hats, I'm going to probably try and put them Santa hats on just to give it a festive feel. So that was one of the things I came up with. I've got lots of ideas. I just need to clear the decks and get started again with the crafting. But I wasn't in that sort of mood today. Tomorrow, I think, will be a crafting day. So there we go. And Angela's saying, now Angela, as I say, lives half the time in Ryde, where I live on the Isle of Wight. But the rest of the time she's away in sunnier climes. And she says it seems funny seeing me all wrapped up because it's over 30 degrees where she is. Remind me where you are, Angela. I've forgotten. I think, I'm trying to recall it. A bit of that brain fog. Since I was ill, I have a lot of brain fog, so I keep forgetting things. But never mind. We get there. I didn't forget to broadcast. I set myself an alarm because I thought, if I'm beavering away and trying to do things, I might forget. And the alarm went and it reminded me. Now Deb's is Angela's in Gran Canaria. That's it. There we go. And Debs is saying she's making 12 days of Christmas crafting cards, 25th of December to the 6th of Jan. Sent you number 3, Lynn. Oh, excellent. That's lovely. So I think I think I only had one card today. It was from the one from my sister, but it was just so nice to know that she loved that piano card. So I'm just trying to get inspired and make personalized cards for people. Cass asked me to make a card for a friend for her special birthday. And so I said to her, well, just tell me, what does she like? Does she have a favourite colour? And then I know it's a big birthday, so I know how old it's going to be. So already in my head, because I know what the lady likes, I've already got a vision of the sort of thing that I'm going to put on there. And, I keep increasing my stash of stamps and dies, or mainly dies, so that I could do all these different fancy cards. So if somebody wanted a card with makeup all over it, I've got all that stuff, or hairdressing stuff, I've got that. Of course, I made a card for John with tools all over it, and I used some paper out of one of my paper pads, and it looked like a wooden panel. And he was most impressed with that I put the tools onto a wooden panel, a bit like a toolboxy type thing. But that wasn't an original idea. I pinched that from somewhere else when I made a toolbox one once before. So Angela's saying her Crafters Companion orders take about a month to get to Gran Canaria. Oh no, I ordered this week and I had my order yesterday. So sorry about that. I think I only ordered about 3 days ago and I got my order, but sorry about that. Anyway. All good things are worth waiting for, aren't they, Angela? I think that's what they say. So anyway, as I say, I turned out my kitchen cupboards and I've just got a few more tins to put away, but I'm well pleased that was a job that I don't like doing, but it's done. Then I decided I wanted to put one of these lamps into my craft room because the bulb's gone. I can't get up there. I probably could get somebody to get up there to do it. But I decided that having LED lamps in the room write it right down so that they can put the light right on where I'm crafting was a way better idea. So one of these was going in there, but I've got the sockets that are available. I have got my computer and my Gemini machine. They're all plugged in on that side. The other two sockets are, of course, in the corners. They put them in silly places in the corners down behind where I've got cupboards. And so no, one side is cupboards, the other side it's like one of those dead spaces, when you have cupboards this way and cupboards this way. In that corner there's a dead space, so it's not dead space because I put all my bubble wrap and packaging and things, because I don't throw any of that packaging away, because I reuse it, I recycle it. And so that's all down that side. And then the other side, I have filled the space. I was a bit canny. I got cupboards on wheels and drawers on wheels, so that so along this, so this wall over here. So this wall, in the far corner, you've got cupboards this way and cupboards this way, and there's a dead space. Then when you come to this corner here, I've got a cupboard across that way, but I've also got cupboards drawers this way, but they're on wheels. So I knew that if I put this cupboard in here, if I had this one on wheels, I could pull this out to get to the drawers on that one, and then push that one back in. And I think those of you who've been watching me for a long time will know that I also bought trolleys, because I had so much craft stuff on the floor that I couldn't get in the drawers. So what I did, I bought trolleys on wheels, and I load the trolleys up with all the different craft things. And then I can, if I want the craft stuff in here, I can wheel it in here. If I want it by my bed, I can wheel it to my bed. But also, it gets the stuff up off the floor, so that if I need to go in that cupboard, I can wheel this over here. And although it's not a very big room, I manage to, it's a bit like a game of Tetris, I'll move this here and that there. Well, I had to do that because I wanted to put plug the lamp in behind this cupboard. No, I was going to do it the other side, where I thought, oh, it'll be easier to get to the cupboard where all the packaging was, not to the cupboard, to the socket. But then having emptied half of it, I thought, you know what? I don't like the idea of the packaging leaning against something that's plugged in on the wall. I don't want anything against it. So I decided to put all that back. Having moved stuff around the room and played the game of Tetris, I decided, no, put that back and plug it in the other side behind a cupboard, and leave the cupboard on wheels slightly away from the wall, so it's not touching it. So nothing's touching anything, so that, I think it's all safer like that. But of course, it was much more difficult to get into this one. So the one right in the corner is a wooden one that's full up with trays, and it had boxes on the top of it. And I tried to move it without moving all the boxes, which was a disaster, darling, because they all fell off, or some of them fell off. So I took them off. But before I could get to that cupboard, I had to pull out the one in front, which was fine. But the second one along, it's got 4 wheels on it. No, it hasn't. It's got 3 wheels on it. It had 4, and I loaded it up with card, and it was too heavy, and it broke one of the wheels. I can't even push it back in because where the thing goes in, it broke. So it's on 3 wheels and a wad of card. But in order to get to the socket, I had to pull 2 out and then pull that out to get behind the socket. So it was a bit of a game, a bit of shenanigans. And I did get a little bit breathless, but I thought, no, I'm going to finish this. I know I can do it. Earlier in the year, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And I knew I could do it. And I paced myself, and I took it bit by bit. And then I had a good sit down. So I managed to get it plugged in, and then push that cupboard back and push that one. And John had said to me, when I'd said to him, oh, one of the, he wasn't here at the time. I was talking to him when we were somewhere else. And I said, oh, one of my wheels is broken. He said, well, you know what you could do? You could take all the wheels off. And I thought, well, that's better than having it trying to prop it. So when I was halfway trying to do this, I tipped the cupboard. It's one of those rainbow sets of plastic drawers, and I tipped it to try and get the wheels off. And I thought I'd pulled the wheels off, but I hadn't. I'd only pulled the wheel itself. and the metal bit that goes into the drawers was still stuck there. So I couldn't stack. I still was no better off because I got 3 metal prongs and a missing wheel. Of course, where the wheel had broken, the prong had come out. So it's still propped with card. But when John comes around, I've asked. I was talking to Kath earlier on Messenger, and I said, could he come with a pair of pliers next time and pull those things out for me? So he's going to do that. Um, in fact, I think I'm going to move that one anyway and put an IKEA chest of drawers in there. Oh dear, it's just such a shenanigans. Let's see where we're up to. Caroline's ordered 4 paper pads, 6x6, and they arrived today. Well, last night in the broadcast I showed you, I ordered. They had a good offer the other day on lots of. I think it was 30% off because they're spinning a wheel at the moment into 12 days of Craftmas, and they spin a wheel at the beginning of every day, and then it lands on different things, and it landed on 30% off on top of the discounts we already got. So I stocked up on some card that day because it made sense. Caroline's bought a Christmas stocking kit last year, has never had a stocking, never got to do it, so got it out today at last. I made a start. Well, that was good. Were you watching Becky on Crafters Companion today, Caroline? Because of course it was a sewing craft one today, so I had that on in the background. Debs is saying that there are 6x6 origami calendars, a different animal or something every day. If I combine the two, I could send ahead birthday projects. Excellent. So there we go. So anyway, so finally, and I was determined to get the lamp, the LED lamp plugged in and making sure it worked before I put all the furniture back, and then put all the furniture back. And then it was about that time when the alarm rang at 5 o'clock to tell me I should be getting ready for my broadcast at 5:15. So there we go. So I've achieved stuff today, but not crafting stuff. But I'm pleased, obviously, with the jobs I've done. I would like to get on with some crafting. I might do some crafting this evening. I'm not sure. Anybody know what time Strictly's on? I haven't looked up to see what time Strictly's on today, because of course it's Saturday, isn't it? And I do love my Strictly. So if anybody could tell me what time that's on, that would be helpful. Otherwise, I will ask Siri when I finish the broadcast, because I don't think it's an early one. It's probably about 7 something. And even if I do miss it, of course, I've got iPlayer. So Debs is saying, well done. Yes, so, I can tell I'm really much better and back like me, but I'm not going to push myself too hard, obviously. 7:30, you think? After Doctor Who. Yes, thank you, Carol Ann. That's great. I'm not a Doctor Who fan, so I won't be wanting to watch that. Yes, so I feel quite pleased with what I've done, and now I'm much more active and alive. This morning I didn't feel like it was gonna be a great day. I have good days and bad days. I don't mean bad days. My bad day is probably very much like some people's good days, but do you know what I mean? It wasn't one of my. I didn't start off the perkiest way this morning, but I seem to have perked up as I've gone along, so that's very good. So well pleased about that. So yes, I've got one of the jobs I do need to do is go through all the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. No, 8 boxes were on top of my wardrobes with Christmas stuff in, and they're piled up over there. So one of the things I've got to do either tonight or tomorrow is go through those boxes and sort out all my. I did pull out a few of these bits, but there's lots more, and there's decorations and there's all sorts in there. I don't even know what's in what box, so I need to sort them out and then maybe label them. Might be a good idea. What do you reckon? I can make history, can't I? So poor John got covered in dust because of course they've been on the top of the wardrobe all year. Well, I don't know, not the whole year, because I didn't have those cupboards in there. They came from my mum's house, but a good part of the year. A major part of the year they've been up there, and I don't go up on top of the wardrobe and dust it. Surprise, surprise. So anyway, so that's one of the jobs I've got to do, and then there is an awful lot of stuff still sitting around. My bags came back from the craft alongs that I do yesterday. They're still packed, so I need to unpack them because they've got my mini and my midi die cutters in them, and they've got my scissors and some of my glue and all that sort of thing. So they need to all be put back in where they need to go. but we're getting there. You know, it's a long haul, but there's and of course there's more and more stuff, so we're just trying to work out the best way. I mean, I haven't arranged any ceilings or sky hooks yet to hang stuff. But we, you know, it's getting to a point where it's getting organised. I mean, you know, can you believe it? I'm 73 and finally I might be getting organised. There is a first. I don't know. I'm not promising, but anyway, it's only me that lives here, so it's just got to be workable for me, hasn't it? And my visitors just have to be able to get in, which is fine. And you know, I say to my visitors, if you don't like my mess, don't come. But anyway, so um, that's it. So shall we have a look at the advent calendar? Let's do, shall we? Let's have a look and see. So those of you who've been watching me while I've been doing this, let's just see what Andrew has just washed up his pajamas but didn't check the pockets. Oh no! And there was a tissue in one of the pockets. Uh-oh. So there's tissue on everything. Oh my goodness me. We've all done it, haven't we? That won't be the first time, Angela, and it won't be the last time, I'm sure. It's very easy to do those things, isn't it? So anyway, door number 9. And this is my Galaxy Chocolate Advent Calendar. And for those of you who haven't watched any of the previous broadcasts on Advent Calendars, I am doing Slimming World, but my daughter sent me this, and she knows I'm doing Slimming World. But what she did, she popped a card in with it, and she said, one chocolate is what counts as one sin, except the one that's 24 on the 24th, and that's 4.5 sins. So I can open this and have this chocolate, and it only counts as one sin. Mind you, I've already had some sins today, but I am not yet up to my limit. So I could have this in a minute with a cup of coffee. Right, let's see what we have. Oh, it's a little Christmas tree. Can you see it? Whoops. Now let's go that way. Can you see? Yes. A little Christmas tree. So I will have that in a short while. Let's put this down here. And then, those of you who've been watching will know that I have a Crafter's Companion. See you later. Your dinner is ready. Enjoy your dinner, Caroline. And thank you for joining us in the broadcast. And might be on Crafter's Companion in a while. I know it's just about to come on in a minute, but I won't be long before I finish my broadcast here. Anyway, enjoy your dinner. That's most important. So this is Merry Christmas from Crafter's Companion. So this is my Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar. And we've had in the Advent Calendar, we've had an embossing folder. We've had some glittered paste, glitter glue. We've had some stamps and dies. We've had some more stamps and dies. I can't remember all the things because it's 9 and I haven't got them right in front of me. But so we've opened 8 doors already, and now we're going to number 9. And I'm going to see if you can have a guess today. So number 9, this is number 9. I'll show you how big it is. That might help you. Oh, now I've got a split on the end of my finger because it's cold. In the winter, my fingers always split, but I've got a tube of hand cream in my pocket so that it's travelling around the flat with me because I keep creaming my hands to try and stop it, make it better. But I will have to open it with the other hand. Hang on. Oh no. Right. So, door number 9. This is door number 9. Can you see the nice silvery bit? So what do you think is in door number 9? And it doesn't feel like any glitter paste or anything like that. That one had a bump when it was like that. I can't tell what it is. I can't feel anything through there. So I don't know what it is. So what do you think it is? Anybody going to guess? It could be going to guess at an embossing folder. Well, do you know what? Funnily enough, Caroline, that's the thought that went through my head. I don't know. It's the sort of size of one of those little embossing folders. And we've already had one, haven't we? Now, door number 1 was an embossing folder. Let's see if it's about the same size as door number. I don't know when door number 1 is. Where's door number 1? Oh, yes. That one. Look, That one was an embossing folder, and it does look about the same size, doesn't it? Angela thinks it's a stamp. Let's have a look. Let's go in and have a look. Sorry, I'm going to put it on my knee while I do it. Ha ha! We're all wrong. We're all wrong. It's not a stamp, and it's not an embossing folder. It is a beautiful star die. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look. Very decorative. Oh, that will come in for stuff all year round. That, straight away, I'm thinking of the card I made for John with all the pop-out things. That would be wonderful in the middle of a card with all those pop-out things that says, "You're a star." It's lovely, isn't it? So I know that I shall be using that very soon, and I shall be using that on Christmas cards too, because tomorrow I need to get on with the Christmas cards that I'm making for the local charity, and I need to get them all done, and then I need to be able to show them to you before I hopefully I can show you on a live broadcast before I actually pass them over. So I need to allow myself a bit of time, because I think you might like to see them, and I'd like to share them anyway. So that's it. A star is born. There we go. So, folks, it's been lovely chatting with you, but I'm getting a bit hungry, and I earlier some mince up, and I cooked something up on the cooker, so I'm going to go and warm that up now, and have my supper, my food, whatever you call it at this time of day. I never know what to call my meals, because sometimes I have my breakfast sometimes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so that has to be like brunch. I don't know what you call it. I think it's a normal meal time at tonight for some reason, but I just have my meals when I feel like it. So anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have so many of you popping in and sharing and watching the shenanigans. So Debs is saying, take care of your finger. Your niece's boyfriend had a finger injury 2 months ago. Now he has sepsis, antibiotics not working, so probably amputation, at least not over up his arm yet. Okay. And oh yes, so thank you, Debs, for that. I have been watching it very closely. It's only tiny. It's nearly closed up, but it's very, very tiny at the moment. But I will keep a close eye on it. Thank you, because that's not what's on. You know, we're just a year on when I was seriously ill. We don't want a seriously ill Lynn again. Well, I don't want to be seriously ill again. Just a year on, so I don't want to be seriously ill again ever. Actually, it wasn't a great experience, but there you go. Angela's going to watch Strictly and put some decks up. So, okay, before we go, who do you think is going to go out next? So those of you who are Strictly fans, there are 4 people left. It's the semi-finals, isn't it, tonight? And one goes out. They've all got 2 dances to do tonight, so they will have had an exhausting week. They are amazing. They're all amazing, but I think it's very difficult to tell. Very difficult to tell. Angela, who do you think might go out tonight? And who do you want to win? I don't know who I want to win. They're all so good. I wouldn't like to call that one. But I don't know if you know who you think might win. I mean, Leighton's always been very high up, but then then 1 week he was in the dance off, but then he pulled it back out, and the next week he got 4 10s. So it's anybody's game, they're all. Oh, Angela wants Ellie to win. Yes, that would be nice. I think it would be fantastic if Annabelle won after the sort of year she's had, but I don't think she might pull it out of the bag. I just don't know. I don't know. Bobby would be, it would be a thrill for him to win. It'd be a thrill for any of them to win. I'm not going to call it. Let's just watch and see what happens. So folks, I'm going to go and have my supper, and then I'm going to, get organised and watch Strictly, and I might go on my bed and watch Strictly and do a little bit of knitting. It depends. I've got to do something that doesn't keep banging the front of my finger, because I put a plaster on, but then it came off, so I don't know. I'll have to see. Hello, Caroline. Caroline, I'm just about to finish. Look, Caroline Firth, also a resident here on the Isle of Wight. We're just nearly at the end of the broadcast, Caroline. We were just discussing who we think is going to win Strictly. Kathleen doesn't mind. She says they're all good. And Angela says that Annabelle has been good. Caroline's saying enjoy Strictly. And Debs from YouTube is saying night and take care. So I am going to sign out now. How am I doing? I'm doing okay, Caroline. Thank you very much. Sometime we must meet up for a coffee. That would be nice because Caroline lives in the same area as I do here on the Isle of Wight. So, and I don't even remember how we met, Caroline. Can you remember how we met or where we met? I meet some people on the number 9 bus. Yes, we must, she said. Angela's going to message me soon as well. Thank you, Angela. Some people I met Richard, who lives in Birmingham. I met on the number 9 bus on the Isle of Wight, and he's now part of the Go Live Granny community. Sarah, who lives in New York now, and she is American, and she was living on the Isle of Wight. I met her on the number 9 bus, but she's part of the community from New York now. We met in Shanklin. What were we doing in Shanklin, Caroline? I can't remember. I can't remember what we were doing when we met, but my brain has got more foggy this year. So I tell you what, Caroline, why don't we message each other? Because I need to end the broadcast. I need to get my dinner, and everybody else needs to go and get on. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, and see you all again very soon. So I will be scheduling a broadcast tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what time I'm going to do it. I might do it at 10:15. Depends. It depends what time I get to bed, because if I do an early one, I need to have gone to bed at a reasonable hour. I first found you because Angela found. Yes, I'll drop you a message, Caroline. Angela found me because her son saw me videoing the Newport light switch on, and that's right. Oh, I think, wasn't that the one where I was absolutely soaked to the skin? One of the ones where I was soaked to the skin. It was absolutely torrential rain. It was before I was ill with pneumonia. And I don't think it's what made me ill with pneumonia. Who knows? It might have been. No, because you knew me before. It wasn't. I don't think it was just a year ago, was it? We met. Yes, that one of them. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Sorry. I know one of them was absolutely torrential rain, and I got soaked to the skin. But I live streamed because I had an audience who wanted to see. That's right. And then Angela's son told his mum about me, and that's how we connected. And we have actually met because Angela actually very kindly came round to my house to bring me something when she was on the Isle of Wight. Now she's gone again to warmer climes. Anyway, I'm going to go now too. Bye, everybody. See you soon. Take care. Have a good evening or afternoon or whatever, wherever you are in the world. And let's meet again very soon.